Time now for the morning rush. We start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Spring storm moving in over the next 24 hours. We're going to be looking at increasing cloud cover today with the potential for a few strong to even severe thunderstorms out across south central and central New Mexico, including the Albuquerque area. On top of that, very strong winds. We continue with the rain and even the mountain snowfall over the north and northeast overnight into tomorrow morning. The showers continue through the day Friday over the northeastern plains, accumulating snow above 9,000 feet. Fernanda?
The investigation continues into what went wrong when an engine exploded on a Southwest Airlines plane traveling from New York to Dallas. Airline regulators plan to roll out now mandatory inspections looking for signs of fatigue or fractures after a certain number of takeoffs and landings. Investigators think one of the fan blades broke off at the connection point on that Southwest plane, ripping through the engine and sending metal shrapnel into the wing and through a cabin window. Albuquerque's Jennifer Reardon was killed. David?
And we will continue to update you on this developing story, both on air and online at KRQE.com. One of the three suspects accused of stealing guns and a truck is waking up behind bars. New lapel video shows how APD caught up with brothers Antonio and Juan Fernandez, along with their friend Ada Melendez last month. Witnesses say the two brothers stole two AR-15s, a bow, and more than 100 rounds of ammunition from a home near I-40 in San Mateo. When police spotted them, all three suspects took off on foot. Officers later arrested them and recovered the guns. Happening now, President Trump says he's optimistic about his planned summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, but is ready to back out if it becomes clear no progress will be made. CIA Director Mike Pompeo secretly met with Kim Jong-un over the Easter weekend, setting the groundwork for the summit. Mr. Trump says his meeting will happen in the coming weeks. A venue has not been selected. Also happening today, we will find out if anyone will be charged in the death of musician Prince. Minnesota prosecutors say they will make an announcement about potential charges after Prince died of a drug overdose 2 years ago this week. He was found unresponsive in an elevator in his home. And today marks 23 years since the Oklahoma City bombing. On April 19, 1995, a bomb destroyed most of the Alfred P. Murrah federal building in Oklahoma City, killing 168 people and injuring more than 500. Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols were convicted for the attack. Services will be held today at the Oklahoma City National Memorial that sits on the former site of the Murrah building. And happening now, prosecutors want two teens accused of killing a homeless man to stay behind bars until their trial. Police say 15-year-old Timothy Chavez and 17-year-old Anthony Gallegos shot a homeless man 12 times last month for fun near the Crown Plaza Hotel. The victim was later identified as Ronnie Ross. A district court judge will decide if the pair will be held until trial. The teenagers are charged with murder, conspiracy, and tampering with evidence. Also happening now, a man wanted for a kidnapping in Tennessee is in Grant's police custody this morning. Brenton White is accused of abducting his 9-year-old daughter in Memphis. Detectives say they tracked White to a Sonic in Grants. Officers there were called and surrounded White's car, but police say White tried to take off. Police say when White got out of his car, he used his little girl as a shield. He was caught with another adult and 2 more children. White is now facing several felony charges. New at 6, a new report credits New Mexico with continuing to improve the quality of its early education programs. The National Institute for Early Education Research at Rutgers University says New Mexico is meeting 9 of 10 benchmarks when it comes to providing high-quality pre-K education. This includes spending and access. The report says New Mexico falls short when it comes to teacher qualifications. And this morning, a petition to save the UNM men's soccer team has more than 1,600 signatures. The Global Soccer team is petitioning UNM's Board of Regents to keep their program amid the university's budget cuts. Nearly $2 million are expected to be cut from the athletic budget by July. The athletic department has yet to finalize any sports that will be cut. And new this morning, Albuquerque Souls soccer team president is stepping down. The Journal reports Ron Patel is resigning effective immediately to pursue a new business project. Souls GM will serve as president as the team enters their 5th season. The 4th Division soccer team begins their season on May 5th. And new at 6, firefighters are still trying to get a handle on 2 fires near Grants. Fire officials say the Blue Water fire sparked due to an abandoned campfire. As of last check, that fire is at 10% containment. Officials say today could bring back critical to extreme weather conditions with a return of strong winds. And the other fire burning in the Cibola National Forest is the Diener fire. It started from a prescribed burn that quickly got out of control. This morning, it's at 74% containment. Fire officials say Blue Water Lake State Park is still closed to the public. We'll let you know if and when this changes. Kristen?
Today's Metro Threat Index up to a 9, looking at strong winds out of the east-southeast, gusting to 50 miles per hour late this afternoon. That's going to raise the fire danger. Red flag warning kicks in at 11 a.m. this morning. Then on top of that, spot thunderstorms likely to enhance the wind risk. Those could be damaging winds and hail coming out of those storms later tonight. David?
New facts this morning. It turns out healthy eaters are the most wasteful. Research from the U.S. Department of Agriculture shows roughly 150,000 tons of food is tossed from U.S. households every day. The study found that Americans who eat the healthiest are often the most wasteful, with fruit and veggies the most likely to be thrown out. And that waste takes its toll on the environment. And happening now and new at 6, in a move to keep up with Instagram, Snapchat is adding a Shop Now button. Clairol, Adidas, King, and STX Entertainment are some of the early adopters set to debut the feature. It's meant to keep users in the app. Snap previously tested a shopping capability when it released Air Jordans via a code in the app. Kristen?
Time now for a check on your Thursday morning commute. Not seeing anything major out there, clean and green across the city.
Also happening now, a new satellite is heading into orbit to look for other worlds. The Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, or TESS, launched yesterday from Florida. TESS will replace the Kepler Space Telescope but continue the mission of searching for other planets outside our solar system. NASA says TESS's 4 cameras will be able to scan about 85% of the sky in 2 years. However, it doesn't require fuel to stay on course, so the mission could go on for quite a while.
Pretty cool. All right, time now for the 5 facts. We start with number 5 this morning. New Mexico's film industry continues to bring in money for the state. So far this year, production companies have spent a little over $150 million here in New Mexico. Last year was a banner year. The number of million-dollar productions hit an all-time high at 61. The state's film office also reports productions poured about $500 million into our economy. The big draw to the land of enchantment is our financial incentives, with the state offering money back for film and TV productions.
At number 4, police are asking people to take their guns out of their cars when they get home. APD says more than 1,000 guns were stolen from cars or left in cars that were stolen since July 2016. The department released a report that shows 153 firearms were stolen along with cars, and almost 900 firearms were stolen out of cars during that time period.
And number 3, strong winds and high fire danger across western and central New Mexico. Warmer temperatures for most, isolated strong to even severe thunderstorms over central and southern New Mexico today. Snow up in the mountain areas tonight.
And number 2, police need your help finding a man accused of sexually assaulting a woman before robbing her at a Southeast apartment complex. Police say this man brutally sexually assaulted the woman in her 60s, then robbed her before fleeing the scene. Investigators say they only have the victim's statement and a shot from surveillance video at the Cinnamon Tree Apartments to go on. Police say someone has to know who he is based on his description of his appearance. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. And at number 1, 2 suspects are in police custody, accused of taking state police on a chase in a stolen vehicle. New Mexico State Police say Anthony Cisneros and Alicia Lara nearly hit a construction worker and tried to ram a deputy cruiser before arresting them. The chase ended at 4th and Manal, with officers using a pit maneuver to stop the car. Officers say they also found a stolen handgun in the vehicle. Now, police say Cisneros has an extensive violent criminal history.